Happy Thursday, Lions fans. Another day closer to NFL training camp, towards real news, real information, and where we can watch our team take that playoff run. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Hit that like button so you don't miss out on the information that's going to be taking place here real shortly, all the way till the end of April for the 2024 NFL Draft that is held in Detroit, which is going to be real freaking epic. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Aidan Hutchinson. Did he have more of an impact as a rookie than Aaron Donald and Nick Bosa? Article came out. Definitely got to talk about that because there's some mixed reviews about Aidan Hutchinson. Not really that much. A lot of us really like what he did. Think he is a foundational piece. One of the better edge rushers that you can see for Young right now in the future. So it's interesting that his season was better than some of the big names. Let's get this thing going. Here we go, folks. We're going to be talking about Aidan Hutchinson here, and according to John Macaron, Aidan Hutchinson could be more dominant in 2023 and had more of an impact than Aaron Donald and Nick Bosa as rookies. We all know what he did last year. 22-year-old recorded more sacks combined, 9.5 sacks, 52 combined tackles. Aaron Donald, Nick Bosa during their inaugural season. So he recorded more sacks and tackles than them. Look, by the way, before we just continue on, I just want to say this. It doesn't mean that Aidan Hutchinson is better than Aaron Donald or Nick Bosa. Absolutely does not. Nick Bosa right now for edge rushers is the standard bearer in the NFL. To me, he's the best edge rusher in all football. Aaron Donald has been the defensive tackle end-all be-all for the last 10 years. So this does not mean Aidan Hutchinson is going to be better than those two. So if you're thinking that, that does not mean that at all. But it's a nice little caveat we can talk about here. So from week 9 to week 17, he made 5 sacks, 32 combined tackles, 2 interceptions. His 9.5 sacks this season were the 37th most of any rookie, more than Nick Bosa and Aaron Donald. Detroit hometown standout wasn't necessarily as imposing as other pass rushers in the class. Trayvon Walker, Kayvon Thibodeau both have freaky upside, but he still managed 9.5 sacks as a rookie, and now he's on a much better defense and should have improved the secondary support like we've been talking about here. A breakout feels possible as the Lions look finally to storm the NFC North. Heading into 2023, Hutchinson feels like he's in the best shape of his football career and revamped his nutrition and workout regimen to ensure he's a productive season. Says lost a lot of strength last season during the season, Hutchinson said, and it took a little bit to get back on it, but I think I did nearly a good job with it. And was working really hard, working to get that going. So when you look what the rookies of, at that time, Aaron Donald did, no one really knew, obviously, Aaron Donald would be Aaron Donald. I think a lot of us thought he'd be an outstanding defensive tackle. Shouldn't have took Ebron over him, but you don't know he's going to be the best defensive tackle in a really, really long time. But he did. And he wasn't dominant as his rookie. He was very damn good, but he wasn't a dominant player. Nick Bosa, I think a lot of us thought this guy was going to probably be the best edge rusher in football. I know I was extremely high on him. And he is. He's the best edge rusher to me. He has the size, the shape, the talent, the will, all of that, and he is just a complete package. So for him, Aidan Hutchinson, to have a better record year than Nick Bosa, you don't compare oranges to oranges and all that type of stuff, or oranges to apples, but it's a good sign. For Aidan Hutchinson, though, he did change his regimen up. We all heard about that. He says he feels a lot better, and this is a real interesting moment in his career because you can have players that have sophomore slumps, or you can have players that take it to the next level. For me personally, I do believe he takes it to the next level, and there's multiple reasons why. One of them, John Macaron actually talked about that I've been saying since free agency is that the secondary itself is completely upgraded. And that affects the defensive line immensely because the quarterback will actually stand in the pocket a little bit longer, waiting for their wide receiver to get open. And if you wait a second longer or even a half a second longer, those close calls that Aidan Hutchinson had last year, because he had a ton of them, would result in sacks. So if the quarterback is holding on to the football, whoever it be, Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields, whoever, Aidan Hutchinson has the ability to then get the quarterback, unlike he did last year, because he has a little bit more time, because he was so close. Also, the defensive line itself has been upgraded. So when you upgrade on the defensive line, it's not solely everyone paying attention to Aidan Hutchinson. He was double-teamed like crazy last year. Just absolutely nuts. So if him getting more one-on-one matchups, it's going to result in positive plays for the Lions' defense and Aidan Hutchinson specifically. It will. You upgrade that defense, he's going to make more plays. That's just how it works as a domino effect. Unless there's an injury or for whatever reason it just doesn't happen, he takes a major step back as a player. I don't think any of us believes that. For me, players taking a step back, it's either due to injury or they're not training the right way and their mindset's a little bit off. Aidan Hutchinson's not that. This guy has the right mindset. This guy has a motor that never ends. You don't worry about his work ethic. You don't worry about his intangibles. You are completely fine with what he brings off the field and his on-the-field work that he does. As a player, he's very sound in his hand movement, getting off the line, and I do believe he has a big year this year. We're talking at least 15 sacks. I think Aidan Hutchinson can get that. 9.5 last year, take a significant jump to 15. Very possible with everything coming together for the Lions this year. And do I think that Aidan Hutchinson could be better than Nick Bosa? Look, it's possible, but Nick Bosa is the standard bearer, folks. And I wouldn't expect that. I think Nick Bosa is just outstanding, but if Aidan Hutchinson is up there with the top 5 edge rushers in football, I'm happy. Is Aidan Hutchinson going to be better of an impact than Aaron Donald? Probably not. Aaron Donald's been absolutely amazing the last 10 years. But if he's up there as a wrecking ball, top 5 in the NFL for years, I'm fine with that. That's what you need from this young man. We've seen other players with the number 2 pick, an edge rusher like Chase Young. He had a dominant rookie year, but injuries really freaking derailed him. And now they didn't even pick up his 5th-year option and potentially on the trade market we've talked about him. So as long as that's not taking place, I'm good with Hutch. I'm good with what he brings. And I think he'll be absolutely fine. And I think the people that doubted Aidan Hutchinson last year can't really do a whole lot of doubting this year. They can't really worry too much that this guy doesn't have what it takes to be a Pro Bowler, potentially All-Pro, throughout his tenure and career as a Detroit Lion. But absolutely, I cannot say this guy is going to be better than the 2 greats on defense in Nick Bosa and Aaron Donald. If he can be in that conversation, that's amazing. That means you're getting the best out of this guy. That means it was the steal of the draft because Trayvon Walker hasn't done really anything. He was the number 1 pick in the draft. Yes, he's got the physical traits, but Aidan Hutchinson had a better year. Kayvon Thibodeau, he's got the physical traits, but Aidan Hutchinson had the better year in my opinion. You can't not discount somebody's motor in their work ethic. You just can't do it. If it is so high, it doesn't really matter sometimes, not fully on traits. We've seen that this past year. What a great pickup for the Lions. What a great player all around for Detroit. And I think the Lions' future is looking extremely bright for Aidan Hutchinson. And if they continue to add more pieces on that defensive line in the 2024 draft, if they go ahead and draft another edge rusher to pair him up there, or if they make a move down the road to get another guy to be with Aidan, the Lions are looking pretty damn pretty because they're young and talented. They're getting it done. They're smacking quarterbacks. They're winning football games. They're putting smiles on your face and butts and seats because they've taken this franchise to the next level, and it all comes down to the coaching staff and Brad Holmes to find the talent. So it's all coming together. Again, folks, if you've not subscribed to the channel, all you got to do is take your finger, if you're on a phone, and hit that red subscribe button. Real easy to do. If you're on a computer and you got a mouse, you click that mouse on the red subscribe button. It does help the channel out as we're trying to grow this Lions channel for Lions Nation Unite. With that said, folks,